Our lesson today, the 1st of August, we're still trying to get more practice out on the Rancho's trails so that we can have community events. I'm going out my garage with Thor. He loves to go everywhere with me. You see Brownie, my goat. You see this water bottle. I'm going to start soon to train the goats with a water bottle, with a halter, with a leash. I have pipe straps on the walls because I try to be ready to fall down and have something to grab onto. Now I'm walking out to our training area. I have to walk on ground that's not the least bit flat. I'm starting this lesson from the beginning so that you can see what it's requiring to train my alpacas to do community events with us safely. And I don't want to disappoint Thor and not take him with me. So there we go. He's doing what dogs do. You can see that we have some green grass out here, but that means it's wet and I can't see where I'm walking. I do have somebody who wants to come and help me do life daily, and we're working on that, but there are a lot of bureaucratic requirements to get that accomplished. We're almost at the training area. The alpacas are there. I'm showing you what it's like for me to even get to the training area. We did want to go out the front and go to the left, but we've decided that until we mow the big pasture better, we better not do that today. So we're going to go out the back gate. I hope there are no surprises out there that are going to be too challenging. We have gone out the back gate in the past several times. The last time we went out there, there was a herd of deer. We were afraid that the alpacas would get scared, but they didn't. Okay, now I'm holding on to my finish line fencing, and Tavis is doing what he usually does. He's got one of the alpacas in a halter, and I'm just going to try to follow him everywhere he goes today and hope that Thor and I can go with him without mishap. He's going into the training area. I was even thinking of trying to take my walker out here to help me walk, but Tavis and I agreed that would make it even harder. I'm turning around because Thor's leash is against my legs, and see, and here come the goats. I don't want the goats out on Rancho's trails, I've said this many times, until they're trained with halter, leash, comfortable listening to our requests. Yeah, and they always want to be with us too. Now, while I open this gate, the camera is not going to be watching the animals. We have a rule here. Every time we go through a gate, no matter what we think we're going to do next, we have to close a gate. So the camera's just now looking at the house where the goats like to hang out, right there. Okay, but they're over here. Heel. And Thor doesn't quite know yet what the right answer is under these unusual circumstances when we're out in the pasture. Heel. He's got his harness on. Heel, heel. I'm training him while I'm getting to the training event for the alpacas. Thor is pulling. I watched a YouTube video how to keep a dog from pulling. And I think I know how. It's just going to take time and repetition. See, he's doing what dogs do. That's so important, and I didn't want to disappoint him and not bring him out. Heel. Heel means he's supposed to stay by my heels. Where I'm going, he's supposed to go. Okay, you can see that we're getting there. We're getting the bareback pads on. Eventually, if we trust our alpacas and a family wants to put their child on my alpaca's backs, we want to be able to do that, as long as the child doesn't weigh more than 100 pounds. I've got my clicker in my hand. When the alpacas are doing what they're supposed to be doing, their reward is a click. Okay, now you're going to go out the back gate, right? Okay. I hope the goats don't follow. We're going to have to change the route if they do. I don't want them out on the Ranchos trails. The alpacas know that they're in school. I'm going to give them another click. It's getting warm. Are the goats going to follow? Yep, they're following. We may just have to do the challenging trail walk in the back pasture around the weeds. I don't want to open the gate if the goats are there.
They might stay with you.
Wait, let me get closer. Yeah, the goats definitely are here. Let me get closer.
Let's see if they stay with you.
If the goats stay with me, yeah, they will. But, I'm not going to go out on the trails with them. No, I don't want them to think that that's okay.
Yeah, I'll start going out there, and if they follow me, I'm going to come back.
Okay. We always try to know ahead of time, plan ahead what our prerequisite skills are, what our objectives are for the training. And we really did want to go out on the Ranchos trails in places that the alpacas haven't been for months. But if we can't do that safely today, because the goats are going to insist on going, then we'll make new objectives for today. Heel. There's Brownie. There's Blackie. And there's Thor. Heel. Oh, the green grasses that are irrigated back here are actually getting too high. We've got to get my Kubota back here. It's at my other ranch where I have my other farm animals. Oh, the goats are going left. I'm going to quietly walk towards you. Yeah, I'd say that you and the alpacas can go out, and I'll try to video you from the fence. Just be aware, if you go in that direction, there is a street with motor vehicles on Ramada. You don't want to get too close to that street. That's why I love these Ranchos trails, is because we are not close to motor vehicles. And the goats are going to the water tub, are going to the carrot bin and the hay bin. Now he left the gate open, and I think that's because of our experience in the past. If they get loose for any reason, their tendency is to want to come back to their home. So I'm walking carefully. We may just have to get testimonial from Tavis when he's back, because I don't want the goats to know that we have an open gate back here. And yet we need to keep the gate open for possible security reasons if the alpacas get loose on the rancho's trails. I'm carefully walking with Thor towards the fence. If I can have paths to where I want to go, and I'll walk where the grasses are low and possibly see the ground, it's possibly okay. I'm carefully walking, but Thor is pulling on me, and I'm not pulling back, I'm tugging back. When you're training, it's much better to give and take. Am I going to be able to get to the fence here without falling? I'm going to aim for the shade. I'm tugging on Thor because he's pulling. I can't see the ground at all here, but I'm aiming for the shade because it's getting so hot in the sun. See these high grasses, they grab my ankles. Okay. Now, I'm at the fence. I have some welded wire installed here. I forgot about this years ago because I did have some livestock here. My farm animals go back and forth between my two ranches, and they were getting in trouble by going through the finish line fence cable, so I put some welded wire up. I can still, with just a couple fingers, get to the cable, but it's not as easy as it is if there is no welded wire. I'm aiming for that shade there, and I'm going to temporarily close this gate so that if the goats come back here, I don't know if they're behind me, they won't see an open gate and say, oh, we'll go out here. And I've got it on the list to weed whack these tall weeds that have been growing back here. I've got the gate closed, and I had a chance now to look back, and they're not here. The goats are not here. Sorry about that camera image. I have to try to use this chain to keep this gate at least appeared to be closed, which I did just now, and I'm aiming for this shade. Some more welded wire here. I have to be careful because if I get too hot, I pass out. I want you to know. If I get thirsty, my body requires certain basic nutrition. Okay, here they come. It looks like they're okay. They're coming back. This is the Ranchos Trails in the back of my property. You can see it hasn't been mowed either. It used to be before COVID that there was a crew that came out here and kept these Ranchos Trails mowed. But COVID very much changed things around here. Fauci is presently under interrogation. He took the Fifth Amendment over 100 times the other day. He was very instrumental in making things happen bureaucratically during COVID with, in my opinion, no scientific proof. They're good. Okay, keep walking down and come back. They understand. I can tell by the way they're looking around what their job is today. I don't like welded wire. I know I used it back then for something that it worked to solve that problem, but now I've got welded wire to use to keep me from falling, and that is not good. Okay, I'm quietly walking here. I'm gonna show you that the alpacas are being absolutely darling. And Thor doesn't realize that he's pulling on me. He's just doing what min pins want to do when they're out here. Smell, reach. Okay. I'm putting one leg over another leg. Okay, now Thor is not pulling on my legs. We're going to aim for that shade ahead. I know I've explained this on recent prior videos, but I did fall down because the goats were playing while I came through a gate, and they knocked on me, and they didn't realize what was happening, and I did fall down, and I lost Thor's leash, but Thor turned around and waited for me. He actually said with his body language, "Where are you, Mom?" He didn't run. I'm trying to get through the welded wire to hold on to the cable. The cable is actually a good handle for me. If I had to give a name to this lesson, it's gonna be, how does the urban alpaca girl maneuver on her ranch? I'm looking to see. Yep, they're down there. You probably can't see them, but they're down there. You can't see them because they're far away and because the weeds are high, which is a shame. I want you to see this mechanism that I put up years ago when my Morgan horses were alive. I used it to train them to work over their haunches, because I knew that if they understood they were supposed to be working over their haunches for maneuvering cattle, they'd do it. And I'm hoping that we'll bring some farm animal horses that are at my 20-acre ranch here to my 6-acre ranch, and we'll give them some training in cattle maneuvering. The boys are looking very relaxed. Now, could you picture a little kid on the bareback pads with their feet in the stirrups? One of these days, maybe yet this year, we'll feel that we're ready for that next step. Okay, now Tavis is coming back in the gate, and he'll turn around and the alpacas will wait for him to chain it again. They're being so good. Click. After you chain that gate, look down and see that there's a broken cable. It's a blue one. Do you see it? We've got to cut that off. I can't remember what a blue cable was doing there, but we need to maintain everything that we have on this property. Okay. I'm not going to take this welded wire off because I can't remember why I put it on, but I'm going to remember that it's difficult for the urban alpaca girl to come here and walk in these high grasses because of it. I, of course, didn't anticipate this several years ago when I put it on. I generally do not like welded wire, which is why I put in my finish line fencing. Is plastic fencing good? Well, not for all animals. Horned cows, big ones, they can violate the border if it's in plastic. They can jump over it. When I had ranches in San Mateo County, I had good posts and I had metal pipes as the rails. And we installed them ourselves. I did a lot of screwing of pipe straps onto the posts those years, and that was a long time ago. It looks like Tavis is already back at the tacking area. I'm pulling, tugging on Thor. Sorry about the camera. I know it makes you dizzy to watch it. I'm gonna carefully, I hope, except that Thor's pulling on me. Oh, and here's the blue wire that is broken over there by the fence. The blue, it's not wire, it's cable. Okay, I have a path there that I might be able to get down without falling. Walking carefully with each step because I really can't be sure where I'm stepping. I'm training Thor while I'm doing it. I'm sure Tavis is taking the, oh yeah, he's going into the tacking area, and there are the goats now. For our lessons in August, we're gonna have a different plan. Let me think about it. We need to move on with our objectives. We need to make sure the prerequisite skills are there. We need to evaluate as we're teaching and learning. And quite frankly, I really need a helper for filming so that those of you who are trying to watch my urban alpaca show don't get dizzy or frustrated. This green grass is still wet from this morning's irrigation. Comes on around between 6 and 7. I'm getting into the shade. The alpacas are in their training area, seemingly being very responsive. And the goats are there too. As hard as it was to get those metal pipes strapped onto the posts at my San Mateo County Woodside first ranch that I owned, if I have to do another fence for my livestock, it will be with those materials. I just have to be able to get them, be able to afford them, be able to install them. Because I never had a complaint or an accident with my animals due to fencing at that ranch. I finally moved from